Hello, 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 you guys. It is your girl Sunshine here with another one. Yes, how are you, my boos? I missed you guys as always, as usual. Welcome back. So today we are doing a reading in regards to Can Crew. So the cancers. Anyways, so the message that came through at the beginning of the reading was the word faith. And when I, got more into the energy, it was about someone almost like saying a prayer where they're like, I don't understand. I keep following through. I keep, following the signs, following my guides. I'm doing all the things. And still, it just feels as if that this thing that I want comes so much easier to other people, or it seems that way, than it does to me. And it was just like the word faith was very prominent coming out. Um, then when I, got more into the energy, the word courage came through. And it was a message about courage to keep having faith, courage to look at things at a different perspective, courage to find a way to, learn the lessons and keep moving forward. And it's like, okay. So we're going to start off with the cards. So the first card that we have here, excuse me, is dance with life. Do something to change your energy. I like that. So whenever you are in a lower vibrational energy, sadness, crying, anger, you name it, okay? Anything that's a lower vibration, and you'll feel it. It's not happy. You're not happy, basically. The quickest way to get yourself out of that vibration is to dance. Um, there's some people, it's like singing their heart out, like, even if you can't sing, even if you can't dance, you're doing it anyways. They come from your home, on the spot, whatever. And I love this because it frees up your body. It allows you to loosen up. It allows you to just kind of break away from those that energy, and it just bring in more abundance. Try it out. You don't have to even do it for long, like even just like a 5 minute, we have here, the next card is meditate. Okay. Oh, so I've already peeked ahead. You have a solitude card, you have a card called flying, and then you have a card called my creative workshop process works for me. This is you going into yourself and just getting solitude. I mean, because I'm hearing about dancing by yourself, just comfort of your own home, just you and you alone. The solitude card obviously is talking about, being by yourself. And the meditation, you can meditate with other people, yes, but there is a beautiful thing to do it by yourself, and a power that comes from it. So I really feel like you tapping into your heart, like even like the way that they're holding their chest there. I just feel as if meditation is going to help you feel, it's like something about energy and freeing. It's almost like maybe there's some sort of energy you've been carrying, and you need to break free from it. You need to release it. Um, because even with a flying card, that's such a freeing energy. That is, it's almost like even like when you to float in water. It's like when you let go of that fear and that resistance, and you can just, just be freeing it. There's a lot that's going to be gained from you being in solitude and really being by yourself. There's a lot that will come to you. There's a lot of peace, clarity. I keep hearing freeing, breaking free. Something that is around you, in you, a thought pattern, a physical aspect, something, it's just, it doesn't serve you anymore, and you're going to be releasing, you're going to be letting it go. Okay. In order to get to this new chapter, and you're going to really love doing it as well. You're really going to love just breaking free, because it's almost like there's a heavy burden or a weight that you may have not even noticed that you've been carrying, or how heavy it actually has been. The last card that came out was card number 11, and it's this little fish in a bowl. And the card, once again, is my creative workshop process works for me. I really like that. Like you can do it. And once again, it's a fish that's by itself, So I really do feel like being alone is probably the best thing that you can do for yourself. Now, the card says if you will use your time with an intention to collect data that you may bring into your creative workshop, you will find every day to be fun. Hmm. You'll find every day it to be fun. Setting an intention is very powerful. I remember the first time I heard like Oprah say it in some motivational video. And she's like, set your intention, set your intention. And I didn't get it at first. And I was just like, wait, what? And then when I finally got it, I was like, oh, you're like, it's almost like you're saying out into the universe, like, this is my intention. I want to put out this into the world. I want to represent this today when I go about my day to day life, my project. So, with this creative workshop, there's something that you build, you create, you pretty much create. But I feel like this card is talking about the fun aspects, the magical parts about it, the way that it glitters and glistens, and it has its own unique magical essence that you bring to it. There's something about your way being, and even though it may not be the same as other people around you, it's your way. It's your way and it works for you, and that's what you want to do. And this time that you're going to be spending in solitude, um, the card talks about it being very beneficial for you because you're collecting data. It's almost like studying before you actually go to work on that car, studying the books about how does the part work, what I got to do, this is that I got to watch out for, and then going to work on it. You now have that knowledge necessary to do what you got to do. Maybe you could have figured it out without reading it. All depends on what you're working with before you start. But it would just be so much easier if you studied it first, right? So this card really talks about, don't look at any time in solitude as like, oh, why am I alone? Like, this sucks. Look at it more as, this is a beautiful time for me to really get to the next stage, to see different perspectives, to really go in. So what's the final message that wants to come through for Cancer and this situation, this workshop, being in solitude, getting some meditation, changing their energy, learning to be more free? The Six of Swords comes out. Tranquility ahead. I'm telling you, you are moving into a different energy path. You're shifting, you're changing, you're getting rid of some sort of burden. Some sort of burden is definitely going away for you. So we have here the Two of Wands coming out, planning and decisions, and poking through as well is the Queen of Wands, confident and magnetic. I really do feel like when you release this thing that you've been holding on to, is when you really tap into achieving the things that you want to achieve. But it starts with planning. There's something about planning and studying and doing your research, um, of what it is that you want. So really just take a second and be like, okay, what is it that would really make me happy? If I were to say like I would wake up tomorrow and blah blah blah, what would make you happy? And really dig deep into the actual nugget of, not like, okay, if I had like $1 million. No, what is it that really would make you happy? It's like, oh, okay, being able to wake up and be financially free, not have any financial burdens. Okay, that's different than having $1 million. That's a different thing that you're really getting the essence of it. So I really think that diving deep into that energy more is really going to help you move past the breakages, move past the things that's been holding you, the anchor, release it, and just keep moving forward, to your own way. And whatever another person says in a method and it doesn't serve you, then that's okay. I remember There was someone that gave me advice for something, and the way that they were saying, they're like, oh, don't look at it as like this, they're like a death. And I was like, it kind of is. It's like, I'm shedding old skin. So I looked at it as that way, and I'm like, that's how my brain processes it. If someone else processes it another way, that's cool. I'll listen to what they say, but if it doesn't work for me, it doesn't work for me, right? Keep it pushing. We have here surrender. I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point. I'm gonna stop pulling cards because I really feel like this breaking free, surrendering is really powerful. This reminds me of this story from Oprah, which I've talked about a million times, but I'm gonna say it again because I love the story. And there, she wanted this. She read the book. I think it was called Color Purple. She read the book Color Purple, and she really wanted to be this particular character. And when she heard that there was going to be someone's coming out with a movie of it, she prayed to be on it. She prayed. Now, she never really had, I don't think she had any acting experience before that. Anyways, so stuff line up where she just kept having the faith, kept moving forward, even though it looked like it wasn't going to be the movie and whatever, because it was like named in a different name or whatever. But when she saw the script, she saw that it was going to be the movie. Anyways, so she tried for it, went and auditioned and everything, and then didn't hear nothing back. Like nothing back. And I don't know how much time it was that passed, but it was enough time for her to be like, I didn't get it. This sucks. I'm not worthy. Yada, yada, yada. So she really put herself in this downstage. And she thought it was, I think, mainly her weight, because she went to I think she called it a fat camp or something like that, or a camp to lose weight. I don't know. Don't quote me on the words for that. But she was running down this field, and she was just like singing this prayer that she learned as a kid about, I surrender all to the mighty savior, I surrender all. And she just kept running and running, and I think she was crying and stuff too. And or at least how I picture it, she was in rain running. Okay, she's trying to shed these pounds. And she finally felt in a moment where there was this release. And I know what she's talking about, because when I started to say the prayer, I remember like, oh, this is so silly, da da da, and I just kept saying, and then I just remember one time it just felt like something was just taken out of me. It was just the energy was just, there's no longer. It's like you cut it, like you cut the ties of it, and I was like, wow, that is such a beautiful prayer. It really does work if you really, go through with it, and it's such a beautiful way to surrender. And the moment that she had surrendered, someone runs out saying how there's a phone call for her, and then it turns out that it's the guy, the director, telling her if she loses even 1 pound, she loses the part. So she like goes home and eats like a bucket of ice cream or something. But the whole thing was is she was whatever her fear and her ego and that voice inside her head was telling her, oh, because right now in the 3D it looks like XYZ, and it was like almost like putting on these foggy glasses where she couldn't see clearly. She kept thinking, I wasn't gonna get it, this wasn't for me, I worked so hard for it, this sucks, I need to change me, yada yada yada. And it wasn't the truth. It was her ego and her pride was telling her all these things. And when she finally let go of the all of the energy towards wanting this thing and believing in those stuff, she released it, she cleared the field, and then now it was able for her to bring in the blessing that she wants. Now, easier said than done, but like I said, I've done the surrender prayer. Just type in like Oprah and serenity, I think is, and it'll come up. Or I surrender all, and it should come up. It's very popular. Anyways, I found it to be very powerful. See if it works for you. If it doesn't, maybe find other ways that works for you to surrender, to really and here again, she's like touching her chest. I don't even know if I can show this, but anyways, she's like touching her chest, and it's like beating, um and I feel like it's just tapping into her heart space, the same way here, excuse me, with the meditation picture. This was a very beautiful chapter that came up in this reading for you really moving to better, more promising times. And it all starts with you really getting in solitude and really discovering yourself and being more aware of energy, what things trigger you, what things that don't trigger you, and really working on, having yourself in that balanced chakra. Understand that you just do things different than other people, and that is perfectly fine. Okay. Guys, I'm gonna leave it at that. Many blessings on your journey. Thank you so much for being here and the support. Remember, at the end of the day, you have your own gut, your own guides, your own intuition. Only you can tell yourself what is best to do at any moment in time, no matter what advice you hear from another person. Trust you first. Okay. Until next time, it's your girl Sunshine. Deuces.